So in this small video, we would be studying about the three sections in PNS imaging. This is normal PNS imaging. In the core section, we would be studying about the osteomeatal unit and the maxillary sinus opening. In the SAG section, the frontal sinus drainage pathway, and in the axial section, the sphenoid sinus drainage into the sphenoethmoidal recess. So this is a normal CT, and we are going to scroll and find out the planes and the findings that we see ahead, right? So as we see the first sinus over here, the black one, this is the frontal sinus. As we scroll, we can see a frontal sinus septa, and we are keeping on scrolling it. Now we can see a small cell bulging into the frontal sinus just near to the septa. This is a Kuhn cell, possibly Kuhn type 1 cell, because it's not protruding very much deep into the cell, and these are just one cell, so Kuhn type 1 cell, right? We can see the inferior turbinate, we can see the middle turbinate over here, and both of the middle turbinate are pneumatized over here. Now as we go ahead, we have to find the ostium of the maxillary sinus here. Ostium of the maxillary sinus, which is being opened over here and it is being draining into the middle meatus. Here we can see the ostia. Ostia opens into a 2D space called infundibulum, which opens into a 3D space called hiatus semilunaris. We can see the largest cell bulla over here, and on the medial aspect we can see the ulcinate process over here, right? Now we have to find out a plane just behind this osteomeatal unit where there's an oblique septa joining the middle turbinate to the lamina papyracea. So here is the plane, and this is called as the plane of the basal lamella, which divides the ethmoidal cells into an anterior ethmoidal cells group and the posterior ethmoidal layer cells group. Here in the same plane we can also see and in the orbit the groove for the anterior ethmoidal artery. Can we see some supraorbital cells here? Not really. Supraorbital cells are not seen over here, so it is safe for our anterior ethmoidal artery, right? Now as we scroll behind, now we can see the sphenoid sinus, right? So this was about the core section. We'll see the sagittal section for the frontal sinus drainage pathway. So here the thick ones is the inferior turbinate, above it is the middle turbinate. So from the middle turbinate we have to continue this line. So if I could mark, this middle turbinate is here. If I could just take a screenshot, this one is the middle turbinate. From the middle turbinate there is a line, we have to trace it continuously till the roof of the base of the skull. That is our basal lamella. The cells ahead of it is anterior ethmoidal cells, cells posterior to it are the posterior ethmoidal cells. Just behind it, if I could just take a screenshot and let you know in the next video. So just behind it are the sphenoid air cells, just anterior to it is the frontal sinus. And here again, this is your bulla ethmoidalis, here is your agar nasal, and we can again see a Kuhn cell here, right? A Kuhn cell which is better appreciated on the SAG section, we can see over here. So just let me make a good plane for you to understand that. So I have the agar nasal and I have a Kuhn cell over here. For the axial section, we'll just see the sphenoid. These are the sphenoid sinus opening into your sphenoethmoidal recess, right? So just find us a plane where we can see the sphenoid sinuses. Here is the plane opening into your sphenoethmoidal recess, right? So this was about your normal PNS anatomy.